Wait.
Nazantanya babali shibaba shikaboom winyanyeo winyana Nazantanya babali.
I love this song.
Hello. Welcome to
Real Takes
and Movie Breaks. I'm Kimberly.
I'm Michael.
And today we are reviewing the film
Lion King.
Mufasa.
Oh, yeah.
So I have my monkey hat on because the monkey is actually my favorite character in the whole thing. For those of you who might not know, I teach yoga and I love the character of the monkey. It reminds me of yogic principles, and I like how he meditates and he's in touch with the dream world and what they mean. And anyway, welcome to our spoiler review, where we go into details about what we liked, what we didn't like, and if we would recommend watching this in the theater. If you don't want spoilers, click the link in the description where we won't give too much away. And let's dive in.
Yeah, I really thought it was pretty good. I thought that the structure of the movie was very simple. My only criticism, really plot-wise, is that he goes into the river and loses his parents at the beginning, Mufasa, and then you could very easily just get out of the water and track back up the river and probably find your parents. But other than that, it was a very nice sort of adventure. He goes and he's with this new pride of lions or whatever, and then he's sort of an outsider. He learns how to hunt like the women, and then he's friends with the prince Taka, aka Scar, and we kind of learn that Mufasa's more heroic, Scar's more cowardly, and that's a big thing with lions. Is
the cowardly lions.
Are you cowardly or are you brave? And Mufasa is brave. And then there are these group of white lions that are after them to take over the Pride Lands forever. And Mufasa becomes Mufasa. And it's a very simple sort of story. It's really well done. I was actually really surprised how well done it was. It was really good. And just wasn't crazy about the songs.
Okay, well, I liked a lot about this movie. I liked the writing. I thought the writing was really well done. It gives you a very clear picture about how Mufasa becomes Mufasa, how Scar evolves to being Scar, and how they start out as brothers. And I found it very interesting how Taka, before he becomes Scar, actually saves Mufasa when they're just little lion cubs.
Little cubs.
He saves him, and he protects him, and he takes him in as his brother. If he hadn't let him win the race, would Mufasa ever become Mufasa? And so we kind of get to understand Scar a little more, and we get to sympathize with his character a little more, because he falls in love with the female lion. And even though Mufasa's on his side and tries to set him up, for this love story, the reality is she likes Mufasa because Mufasa is the one with all the talent who, can sense things that Taka just can't sense, and who is more of a natural, heroic, strong lion. And so I think what makes these characters so fun is that they have these human relatable qualities, and just being such a fan of the Lion King as a kid, it felt very nostalgic for me. We've seen Timon and Pumbaa, and they're like the comic relief, and I love how it starts out with the little baby cub that is Simba's cub, and the monkey telling this story. And I love this notion of storytelling, and how stories are, and how we understand our history, and how we understand who we are through our past and through our ancestors and through our history. And so there's some great metaphors in there about learning from our mistakes. I love the lesson of unity, how Mufasa brings all the animals together. And, at first some of the animals, they don't want to accept each other because they're so different. But, the bird and the monkey and the lions, they all become friends, which is, it's a great metaphor for life, for as human beings, accepting everyone, no matter where you're from. And Mufasa brings everyone together, and so there's this sense of unity at the end. So that's my favorite thing about it, is that the positive message about unity, coming together, and learning from your mistakes, and how family isn't just blood deep, right? Mufasa's an orphan, and he becomes a brother, even though they're not blood related. And even like the monkey calls Mufasa his brother, even though they're two different species. So I love this idea of like your family isn't always the one that you're born into. So I thought the writing was really sweet and sentimental. And it's just so interesting to me how captivated I was by the animation. Because, you're not looking at like a person, but I felt for the characters the way I would feel if I was watching a person. So I thought that was really well done. The only thing I didn't quite love was the songs. And I think the first Lion King, I just loved all those songs. The circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love. Anyway, I loved all those songs so much, and these songs were kind of underwhelming. I don't think they were bad.
Do you remember any of them?
I don't remember. They're not memorable.
Well, that means they probably weren't very good.
Yeah, they're kind of cute, but they're not anything special. So, but that's really my only criticism of the movie, was just that the musical numbers could have been better. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I mean it's really the musical numbers. There's a lot of them, so it is a little bit of a problem. It's like you could watch this and then you could watch The Lion King. It would work pretty seamlessly. I feel it's pretty strong stuff. I was pretty surprised that it worked. I definitely liked it better than the live action Little Mermaid, for sure.
Yes, I did too. I wasn't a huge fan of the live action Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and then there's good meta stuff with Timon and Pumbaa. They're talking about, we saw the musical, The Lion King the musical, or whatever. They're talking about, like, I guess we're not the stars of this, I'm guessing, kind of thing. So like there's lots of fun little callbacks to the I know who Taka is. Like it's like 100% who Taka is now. Like they actually say that because they know that it's Scar.
Yeah.
So there's all of those things are very like fun little winks to the audience, and 3.5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, Timon and Pumbaa's banter, it was really funny. It was really cute, but they didn't have that special song like Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no pack. I mean, that was like the song of the decade. Like, yeah. I mean, people still quote that song because it's such a good philosophy and it's such a great song. There is no Hakuna Matata song in this.
Elton John has the "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?"
Can you feel?
It's just no comparison.
Tonight. Yeah. So, and I feel like the music is really the main selling point of the first Lion King. I mean, yeah, the writing's great and the actors were great, but it's the songs that stick with us.
Yeah.
And so
there weren't too many songs.
Yes.
In the original.
Yeah.
Like every song was iconic, but there weren't too many.
In this movie, I feel like I could have done without any of those songs. The songs, I didn't feel like the songs added anything. If anything, I was just like, oh great, here's another song.
It was actually kind of laughable.
Yeah.
When it would break into song.
Yeah. Like when the White Lion started singing his "I'm Gonna Be Evil" song, I was like, okay, hurry up. But overall, I was still very entertained and pleasantly surprised because I didn't have high expectations going into this, because a lot of the Disney remakes nowadays and backstories aren't very impressive. So So I was pleasantly surprised by how much I did like this one. On a scale of 1 to 5, I give it a 4 out of 5.
Great. Well, check it out. I would say see it in the theater.
Yeah, see it in the theater. If you have seen it, let us know what you think. If there are any other films you'd like us to review, comment below. And in the meantime,
stay real.
Hakuna Matata.
Have good taste.
And can you feel the love tonight?
I can't feel it.
The peace the evening brings.
All right, I feel it.
The world at once in perfect harmony with all its living things.